Have you ever reflected on the significant impact that silence has on our lives? Do you even know its power? Do you want to learn how to apply it? Well, you should. Imagine a beautiful garden in the heart of a bustling city where flowers display vibrant colors. Unfortunately, the constant din of cars and buses makes it difficult to fully enjoy the exquisite fragrance and beauty of this place. Now, visualize a discerning gardener who decides to devote an entire day to complete silence. Turn off all noisy machineries and loud tools. In the midst of this tumult, an unusually deep calm surrounds the plants. This silence becomes a companion, allowing the gardener to meticulously observe every leaf and every little beetle. He pays attention to the gentle whispers of nature. In this serenity, he discovers a unique way of communicating with the plants, as if they responded to him. He notices things he never noticed before, becoming a patient observer. The connection he makes with the garden deepens beyond what words can express. The lesson here is clear. The quieter you are, the more you can hear. This gardener reminds us that, in the midst of life's chaos, it is in silence that we discover more delicate answers. He teaches us the lesson that authentic communication is not always limited to words, but flourishes in the spaces between them. The same way, a garden thrives when caressed by silence. Our minds can flourish by removing ourselves from the constant noise. By embracing silence, we let go of the endless flow of words and open ourselves to other voices that were drowned out by incessant verbal chatter. We can truly listen when we remain silent, tuning into our surroundings and paying attention to what our senses reveal. The message is clear. Silence is not simply the absence of sound, but a language in itself, with the ability to convey deep meanings that words often fail to express. In a world full of endless distractions, silence invites us to listen more deeply, to find peace, and reconnect with what really matters. Through this practice, we learn and become wiser, resisting the temptation to remain in perpetual discourse that simply repeats what we already know without learning anything new. Socrates wisely stated that wisdom begins deep within. Similarly, Anne Frank, a prominent historical figure, shared that in the silence within, I find life in my truest words and the strength necessary to face the world. These internal voices have as their main purpose learning about our environment, identifying possible dangers, and capitalizing on growth opportunities. Engaging in conversation often causes us to miss the opportunity to learn about ourselves. We find ourselves so immersed in constant thinking and analysis that we silence our internal voices, which are trying to communicate something to us. However, remaining silent can be beneficial, as it helps us understand philosophical and spiritual ideas more deeply. We often relate our identity to our thoughts, believing that we are what we think. Buddha contradicts this notion by maintaining that this is not the case. If we can silence our minds and simply observe our thoughts, we will see that our ideas, concepts, and identifications are ephemeral. In reality, there is no fixed self. By remaining silent, we unravel the illusion of our thoughts by observing them and recognizing their impermanence. Silence also promotes self-discipline and self-control. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist, noted that even in conditions as horrible as the Nazi concentration camps, prisoners found strength in inner silence. This provided them with a space for self-control and self-sufficiency, preserving their mental well-being and finding meaning in the midst of chaos. Prison meditation programs have revealed that inmates who adopted meditation improved their self-control, reduced stress, and became more constructive in challenging situations. Practicing silence, especially in emotional or difficult moments, demonstrates emotional maturity and self-control, allowing for reflection before responding and avoiding conflict by carefully selecting words. Mahatma Gandhi, during his non-violent resistance in colonial India, used silence as a form of protest, exhibiting his determination and self-control in the face of oppression, speaking without the need for words. In similar situations, Nelson Mandela used silence during his imprisonment to preserve his dignity, resist oppression, and eventually lead the fight against apartheid. Silence gives people the ability to manage impulsive reactions, promote healthier relationships, and facilitate more effective communication. Furthermore, silence has a powerful communication skill in various situations. Responding with silence and using strategic pauses in conversations allows us to express ourselves effectively without the need for words. An example of this is Dutch silent rituals, which illustrate how silence powerfully communicates what words cannot. In these situations, words, ideas, and promises often fail to capture the depth of human experiences. Choosing silence as a response to tragedy recognizes the limitation of words to fully express what we are trying to communicate. Taking a pause or staying silent becomes a meaningful way to celebrate and pay tribute to something or someone. This unique gesture communicates a lot and conveys respect in a way that words often cannot achieve. The strategic use of silence, as noted by American author Mark Twain, highlights its remarkable power. Twain mentioned that while word choice is important, a well-placed pause can be even more effective. Research indicates that in conversations, silence can start to feel uncomfortable after just 2 seconds. Mastering the art of using pauses in communication can become a powerful tool to achieve our goals. The certainty that comes with silence in a conversation often leads to discomfort and questions such as, "Did I say the wrong thing? Or do I not like this person?" This discomfort can lead those on the receiving end to make decisions aimed at filling the void of uncertainty that silence creates in communication. The person who chooses the right moment to remain silent can benefit from this situation. Additionally, there are situations in which silence is a safer option than speaking. There are times when expressing an opinion can weaken our position, and in such cases, wisdom lies in listening. This stance not only gives us the opportunity to learn, but also prevents us from appearing inadequate by trying to appear knowledgeable about something that we actually have limited knowledge of. Choosing silence reveals genuine interest and a willingness to listen, something many people value. As Seneca, the Roman writer, once stated, "I often regretted not having spoken, but I never regretted having remained silent." This insight highlights the importance of discernment in choosing when to speak and when to let silence speak for itself. Silence improves well-being in a noisy and constantly hectic world. Throughout history, countless stories and experiences have shown how silence can be the key to calming internal storms. Research results support that silence not only soothes the mind, but also improves sleep and reduces cases of insomnia. A recent study even found that just 2 minutes of silence has a more calming effect than relaxing music. The fascinating reality is that constant exposure to environmental noise can be harmful. The continuous barrage of sounds around us can trigger levels of stress hormones that negatively affect both our mental and physical well-being. At one point, it was pointed out how we seriously underestimate the negative impact of noise, a valuable lesson given the increasing presence of noisy machinery in our modern lives. In the midst of this chaos, it is remarkable how moments of silence become oases of tranquility, providing a respite from the daily torrent of information that bombards us. These moments of stillness possess an almost magical power, whether through serene meditation, contemplation of a secluded landscape, or simply taking a moment in a dark room with your eyes closed. This space revitalizes us, since silence, despite its apparent simplicity and serenity, has an amazing power. The most surprising thing is that we all understand this language, even if we cannot define it in words. It's like a shared secret, mysterious but full of clarity, comfort, and depth. The most beneficial thing is that it is accessible to everyone. We appreciate your company until the end. What is your perspective on the power of silence? Please share your opinion. We would love to meet her. If you are new here, consider subscribing and being part of our community.